everyone, welcome to Models and Agents for Beginners, episode 56 for May 31st, 2026. Let's break down today's coolest AI news so anyone can understand it. Let's go. This week in AI felt like watching a new chapter open in real time. Robots moved from flashy short demos into steady, practical work that ran for days without stopping. At the same time, entry-level jobs started showing the first real signs of pressure from tools that can handle simple starting tasks. Think of it like learning to ride a bike. At first, you need someone holding the seat, but once you get the balance, you can keep going on your own for a long time. That is basically what happened with warehouse robots this week. One company streamed their machines sorting packages non-stop for 8 full days. The movements stayed steady and useful instead of showing off for a few minutes and then needing a reset. Here is why that matters for you. These robots are heading toward factories, stores, and maybe even homes one day. The jobs that used to be the first step after school could start changing faster than we expected. A new analysis this week pointed out that while total employment numbers look okay right now, the simple tasks many new workers learn on the job are getting automated. Imagine the first week of a retail job used to be learning how to check inventory. Now an AI tool can do that part, so the human role shifts to something else. That shift could make the very beginning of a career feel different for students graduating in the next few years. The good news is this also opens space for new kinds of work that did not exist before. But it does mean we need to think ahead about what skills will still need a person behind them. For the deep dive this week, let us look at how these robots keep working without constant human supervision. Picture a kitchen where you cook the same meal every Sunday until the steps become automatic. You no longer need the recipe card after a while. The robot version works in a similar way. First, the team shows the machine the task, many times in slightly different conditions. Second, the robot builds a kind of memory of the movements that usually succeed. Third, it uses sensors to notice when something is off and gently correct itself without stopping the whole flow. And that is basically how the warehouse robots stayed productive for 8 days straight. Not so mysterious once you break it down, right? Now for some cool stuff you can actually try. One person this week used a chatbot called Claude to redesign their entire apartment layout. They described the style they wanted, the room sizes, and even the budget, and the tool suggested furniture placement and color schemes. If you have a space you want to reimagine, open any major chatbot on your phone and start with a simple description like, "Help me arrange my bedroom for better study flow." Another fun one came from a new guide on running a small AI model directly on your iPhone. The model works completely offline, so your chats stay private and you do not need internet. Grab the free apps mentioned in the Engadget guide, follow the short setup steps, and within minutes you can ask it to write a quick story or quiz you on vocabulary words. It is a great way to experiment without sending any data out. In quick bits this week, doctors tested popular chatbots on medical questions and found wrong answers about 1 time in 5. The lesson is simple. These tools can sound very sure of themselves, so always double-check health information with a real person. Also, researchers compared different chatbots for homework-style questions and found that some pull fresh sources while others sometimes invent confident-sounding details. Perplexity tends to show its sources clearly, while others may need extra fact-checking from you. Finally, there was fresh discussion about whether AI systems are beginning to show signs of looking inward at their own thoughts. One expert suggested they might be developing something like introspection, while others, including a new document from the Pope, remind us these systems are still just copying patterns without real inner experience. The honest takeaway is that experts still disagree, and that is okay. That is it for today. Remember, every AI expert started exactly where you are right now. If something we talked about today made you curious, go try it. That's literally how learning works. Stay curious, keep experimenting, and we'll see you tomorrow. And if you'd rather watch than listen, find us on YouTube at ATT Narrow Network. Links in the show notes. This episode used AI voice synthesis of my voice. Editorial selection and analysis are my own.